Hello everyone. Just wanted to give you my story. Some of you have asked the question, and it's gonna this short video is gonna help you out and motivate you, hopefully in your career as well. If you want to pursue your anti-money laundering career, or if you are pursuing it, you want to quickly enhance the career. So I did my because of my father, he wanted me to do chartered accountancy, and I did something similar to CPA, what they call it in America, certified public accountancy. Used to work for KPMG between 2014 to 2018, almost let's say 4.5 years, and wasn't interested in this job because they used to have us do external audit of financial statements of lots of clients, and it's a monotonous job. So someone suggested me that I should be getting some degrees as well after the certification. So I was already bachelor, so I did my MBA in evening, and whatever the one that was available back then was in banking. I used to go from work. Used to leave at 5:30 and used to take classes, and coming back at around 10:30, 11 every working day, and we used to class on Sunday as well. So it was very difficult 2 years or 2.5 years, for this banking, that MBA banking that I did. It completed in 2018, and I was working at as a managerial position in KPMG, and not wanted to do the same thing. So I started applying for the jobs, and banks were not having or willing to hire at a position that I was already working. So some one bank basically said that we're gonna give you a senior AML analyst position. That's like if this is a entry level position and this is a senior most position, they offer me something like that. The person who have 1 or 2 years of experience in banking. So they no one was hiring, no one was willing to give me an opportunity. So I've said, okay, I'm gonna take that. I started my career in banking and compliance in September 2018. And those who were already working back then, in banking, so I asked my seniors that how can I quickly enhance my career. I already have a almost 5 years of experience. I don't want to lose that experience, and have it count in my resume and everything. So they said that if you want to make a career in anti-money laundering, you need to get an international certification, because the local certification is not worth anything. We have a certification in certified anti-money laundering analyst in Pakistan. That's local certifications are, to be honest, very cheap in every country. Like in India, it's called CMI. In if you go in UAE, right, Dubai, or something like that, they have their own that's called CME. So this, to be honest, those certifications are cheap, and they are easy to pass, and lots of people can do this. If lots of people already have this sort of thing, it's not going to give you age in the job market. If you want to have an edge which give you more value in the job market, you need to do something that is expensive and difficult to pass. And that's what they suggested me to go for this one. I said that why don't I should go for CFCS or ICA diploma. They are the internationally recognized as well. So my seniors said that this is the one that costs half of what they charge, and it doesn't have the same value that you have if you have this one, because this is this gold standard or something like that. So but it costs lots of amount of money. So it took me like almost 2 years, 1.5, or between 1.5 and 2 years to do this, save this amount of money. So I saved that, but it was my backlog that when I did this certification in May 2020, I utilized working from home situation, 2 or 3 months of it. So when I did that, no one was hiring. I wanted to change my career to make it improve my career, because this certification is valid for 3 years, and I was thinking that in 3 years I have to switch my job as much as possible to get a better job, increase my salary, and so on. So I wasn't able to find, because no one was hiring because of lockdown and everything. So I started approaching people on LinkedIn, asking them what should I do, the senior people around the world that I have gotten this certification, and what they advised me. So they said that no one is hiring anywhere in any country. You should be utilizing this time that you're working from home to enhance your skills. So I asked them that what can I do. someone said that go for your sanction certification. One of the guy in Norway, he was working in a very senior position. He said I should build my IT skills related to Python, SQL, NoSQL, machine learning, artificial intelligence, infrastructure, in database management, and so on. So I started working in both of those things. Started saving money for to do those to this and so on. In the meantime, and some people who haven't done the camps or planning for it, they approached me on LinkedIn as well, because I was very active back then. So applying for the jobs on LinkedIn and so on. So they said that give some guidance and so on. So I said that okay. I've started, we were using Zoom back then, because of lockdown and so on. So I said that, why don't you come on Zoom and let me help you out? It's better to do it, or, rather than giving you, speaking on call or texting or something. So lots of people, opted for that because I wasn't charging anything. So I opened this Google Doc, and I started helping out people that what should they be doing. Like this person, he was from Dubai. This guy was from Belgium. She was from Jamaica, or some Caribbean country, Julia. And this guy, I forgot this guy worked from, and she was from Singapore or Hong Kong something. This guy from Saudi Arabia. Felipe was from USA. This guy was from Ireland, and so on. You're seeing that, how haphazardly, I used to try to help people out so that they learn and they are able to pass this certification and so on. So when I thought that I was able to, help and spending time enough to enough people. I was able to learn and so on, but there were some issues as well there. Since if you're going to do something free for free, people are going to exploit you. They were not attending the training session or whatever. I wanted to help them out on time. I was joining and was sending them Zoom invite link on email, and was waiting for them to join in, and they wasn't responding on WhatsApp, wasn't responding on email and so on. So if you're not gonna pay it, you're not gonna take it seriously and so on. So they weren't taking seriously back then. And but what happened, there was a guy in September or in October, in 2020. I think he was from Madagascar or something. He passed the exam through me, free of cost training and so on. So he sent me a very long thank you text and so on. So I took a screenshot of it and posted it on LinkedIn. And this started, lots of people contacting me that if I'm helping anyone, or if how much I'm charging and so on. So that's how I started doing private training. I did lots of private training, around 70 or 80 different people, from September or October 2020 to June 2021. So every time someone was passing, I was putting their success stories on there, or they're tagging them on LinkedIn and asking for their testimonial and so on. So word of mouth, and it leads to me able to train 70 or 80 different people, and all of them pass the examination, because whatever we discuss, I was taking time to help them explain and so on. And meantime, some leniency at my country regarding the lockdown and so on. So I got my first job after, getting the camps. I got my job in, I think, in November 2021. No, sorry, 2020. Yeah, November 2020. So I got a job as a managerial job as well. Finally, so I started working there as well, and I was doing the trainings as well, private trainings and so on. And during that time, someone suggested that there were like two people from, I think, from Singapore, Indians. They said that if I can train them, reduce the amount whatever I was charging, and I can train them in group training, and two of the people. So I was a bit nervous that will I be able to control the training session or not if multiple people are joining it, because of the issue of multiple people speaking together, able to take their questions and so on. So I tried with them. I reduced the amount of salary, or the amount that I was charging. I tried with them, and I was able to help them out, those people, in a month or so. That led me to start my first group training session. ACAMS group training session that I started the first one on first group in June. I think only 7 or 8 people joined back then. Group one, yeah, this is the group one. That is only 8 people joined from Mauritius, India, Pakistan, Singapore, and Luxembourg, and USA. This is what we all discussed during this training session. That led me to start another group a month later, in July, 24th of July. 19 people joining from Malaysia, Hong Kong, Bangladesh, Canada, India, Jamaica, Dubai, Italy, Qatar, and then if that exponentially started people training for people, because every month I was starting a new group. The next one started on 14th of August. 28 people joined in from USA, Singapore, Switzerland, Nigeria, Somalia, Japan, India, and so on. We discuss all of that. Majority of those have already passed the examination. Some of them are still procrastinating, delaying to pass the examination. I started another group in September 11th, and 33 people joined in from Canada, Luxembourg, Sierra Leone, South Africa, UK, India, Kenya. You're seeing that, been doing this for quite some time now. Group 14 that is recently started. Group 15 started 2 weeks ago on 20th of August this year, 2022, and there are 58 people who join in. So I was able to convince lots of people. The peak was in January, 15th of January, where 111 people join in from Nigeria, Ghana, Poland, Germany, Azerbaijan, Australia, Mauritius, Qatar, Uganda, UAE, Mauritius, and Malaysia, and so on. So we have completed that, and majority of the people have already passed their examination, or because procrastinating. This is the issue with the procrastination. Like, look, we do not want to study. We will work from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. at work for like 14 or 15 hours, but we are not willing to study for 2 hours to take our career in our hand. We want to take our career by butchering our boss for working 12 or 13 hours every day, rather than getting a certification, change the job, get a better job, ironically. Anyway, so that started it, and I got a better job in February this year, in 2022, and I was offered a senior position. I became a senior manager, senior team leader as a VP, and been doing this job since then. So I just wanted to for you to learn from it, that it takes time to save money. Of course, this is especially when we are in inflation and recession. It's very difficult for you to save this amount of money. But if you are able to, I'm not being paid by ACAMS or anyone to save. This is just a gold standard right now. If there are any better certification, I will do that one, and refer everyone to do that one as well. So I've already gotten CGSS as well. I did CGSS in Feb 2021, and I got the IT skills and diploma, 4 months of diploma to learn Python, SQL, NoSQL, infrastructure, machine learning, and so on as well. So being very active since then, because I wanted to cover whatever I lost during my time in KPMG and chartered accountancy. I was been working really hard to cover all of that, and able to quickly reach the level where whatever the level I was back then, in 2018. I was able to, because this certification, the it's an international certification, and not many people have it in my country, first of all. When I was doing it in 2018, was researching about it, and when I did it in 2020, there were like around 64 or 65 people who did camps, and majority of them were chief compliance officer or compliance officer at a very higher level position, nowhere near whatever I was at. So I did this, and since then I think around 10 or 15 people more in my country who have passed it in those 2 years, more than 2 years. But there are still very few people who have done it in my country, and that's why whenever I'm switching the job, I'm able to ask for 30-40% raise, or always asking to increase my designation whenever I'm switching the job. So this certification is valid for 3 years, and my my validity is ending next year, but I have a plan to do one more switch before this certification validity ends. Before I have to do a re-exam, recertify the exam for the recertification, take the exam again, and then it's going to be valid for another 3 years and so on. So I just wanted to convince you that you can change your career by saving the money, doing some sacrifices, studying every day, not on just on weekends. I did that. I was studying every day. I was helping people for the private training session. I used to wake up like literally 5 a.m. in the morning to train for the private training for the people in Canada or in America, and coming back from work and training people around 9 p.m. my time, Pakistan time, to 11 p.m. for those people who are in India or in Arabic country, Gulf countries, and other countries where they were also coming back from work and willing to learn or train on the working days from Monday to Friday. And I was studying for this certification and skills and so on my weekends, on either or on my lunch hour, 1 hour lunch hour and so on. So you have to utilize efficiently whatever the time that you have available, rather than giving excuses, silly excuses like you have young kids or you have infants or you are doing jobs or long jobs or your job shifting, we have multiple shift, morning shift or evening shift or something like that, and you have family responsibility and so on. Everyone have all of those. Everyone have to work late sometime at work, and everyone have to save money because no one have extra amount of money laying anywhere. So you you have to save, you have to find time and make right decision at the right time. And when you have done it, it's gonna pay off eventually. But it's not, there's no shortcut these days. You are seeing that what's happening in the world because of Russia and so on, because of the inflation and so on, the electricity prices, the petrol and everything, household prices have gone up, the goods and so on. So you have to make sure that you are able to do some sacrifices to save money and able to find time to study. Sorry about this. Get a certification, get a job, better job, and switch job and so on. So far, I've started the group 15 that has started in few weeks ago, and the group 14, that these are the two groups that I'm training right now, that started in 23rd of July, and there are around 64 people and so on from the different countries. They all are doing the same thing. I'm training them. I'm trying to change their mentality. When I've completed the group 15, I have by the time this group is complete next month, I will be able to train in those 2 years when I started in June or July 2020, for training people for the free of cost. This free of cost people training. So far, I've trained in the private and group training in those 2 years, 910 or more people from 43 different countries. And those people, those who have passed the examination so far, able to save money for studying so far, when they were saving the money and so on, they have changed their job. So many success stories and so on. You have to do the same thing. Why you want to self study for the self preparation. By then, when I was preparing for it, no one was willing to help on LinkedIn. There wasn't any institute in my country. No one was. Those who have done the CAMS certification, they were doing the job at such a high level, they were not willing to find time to train anyone over the internet. So when I was self preparation, I was taking a risk of failing the exam, and failing the exam takes like $300 to pay again, and you have to spend 30 days to spend here 30 days to prepare for the exam again, to then retake. That's a risk that I was carrying. So what I did, I used to take one of my senior, he was CAMP certified, to lunch, and I used to pay for his lunch. um, Everyone is materialistic, no one have free time, so I have to pay for every time I was taking him to lunch, to ask him that how I can prepare, and he used to give me tips during the lunch for one-on-one when we are going for lunch at work, and able to extract as much as tips or hints to help me to prepare for the exam. So if you want to take a risk, you are more than welcome to take a risk. If you do not want to take a risk if you're working in AML, I would suggest you to do not. $300 is a large amount of money. Pay someone who have the experience in training people, helping them pass in the examination in the first attempt, and also have the experience in financial crime, and also have an experience in AML to help you pass the examination. Those people who are from USA, Singapore, Bahrain, Canada, Nigeria, India, and Philippines, Australia, and so on, they all have basically went through the same stage that you are going through. You're thinking about saving that $300 or so on. You are not actually. You will have to pay them and have to prepare again for the examination. You won't have the motivation to prepare. I've seen so many people who failed the examination and they went for second self preparation, third self preparation. They were not willing to pay someone over the internet, thinking that they will be scammed, or they do not want to, thinking that they failed their examination with 74 marks or 73 marks out of the 75 they need to, but they were thinking that they just need 2 marks or 1 marks to pass examination. No, but you're gonna see that you will have less motivation to prepare when you have failed the examination, and you won't get your, there is a possibility that your chances of passing the examination diminishes every time you retake the examination. So pass your exam in your first attempt, prepare properly, and however you want to have the way it is done the right way, using lots of documents, lots finding the efficient way of preparing and so on, to pass your exam in your first attempt. If you're thinking that you're going to want to write your exam in the next 3 to 6 months, you should be joining my training session from today. If you're thinking to write the examination next year, 6 months, we are starting the next batch on 17th of September. I've added cryptocurrency. I'm going to be doing the cryptocurrency certification as well in the later this year, most probably in December. And I've added also the whatever I built my IT skills, paying, going to an IT university on weekends and learning those skills. I've added one more that will help you build your skills that these days your really good financial institution banks are expecting you to know, and they are expecting you to know cryptocurrency, they're expecting you to know sanction screening and so on. We will be doing 50 hours or more of the training session. I'm not charging any extra amount of for this training session. My charges have been same whatever I started in when I started charging people, and today it hasn't changed so far in the last 2 years. And so because I'm seeing that it's better to train more people, rather than training only few of them who can afford. I have a affordable fee, and I have a paying in installments as well, for halfway for the first session, halfway for the seventh training session, halfway through. So join the training session. Make sure that you are willing to learn and willing to study as well. Lots of people have passed their examination through this and changed their career, and you have seen their success stories over LinkedIn. You can go to my activities of the people who passed their examination and so on. You do not want to be scammed by anyone who charging you large amount of money, or scammed by someone who is offering you the free training and so on. I made a video a few days ago how people are scamming to be trained for free. This is a free training session, 17-minute video trying to explain how you should not be opted for those services. You will be becoming their test subjects. Those people who I trained more than 2 years ago, they were my test subject, that how I can find a way to prepare people. You will become they will be experimenting on you like I experimented on those people, not charging them any amount of money. And when I figured it out that this is the right way to train, and then I started charging amount of money from the people and so on. Then when they were seeing progress, they were passing their examination, they let others, their friends and colleagues about it, and that's how this word of mouth and so on have spread. So just wanted to make a quick video to help you understand that this is the right way to prepare, and this is the right way to change your career. Yeah, so do contact me on WhatsApp. Have a good day. Take care.